Hello, I'm Sudarshana Starshine Star. How are you guys doing? Woohoo! I just found out something so excellent, but I think I'm going to save it for... Well, let me first do this correctly. Welcome. Today is a beautiful Monday. It's June 9th, 2025. And I begin all of my clips with the 3 opening prayers to bless, uplift, purify, and sanctify you, me, and this clip. They are in Sanskrit and Telugu, and they are short. It's the Guru Mantra, the Ganesha Mantra, and the Gayatri Mantra. Om, 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 Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshvaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Om Suklam Bharataram Vishnum Sashivarnam Chatupujam Prasanavaranam Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye. Om Bhurabhuva Suvaha Tatsaviturvarinyam Bhako Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yodaha Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Excellent. I have a YouTube channel. It's called It's the Dazzling of the Light at Sudarshana Starshine Star. I have over 200 clips there. Very interesting stuff on a variety of topics, but I don't do boring, so it's all pretty juicy, or at least activating. I just a few minutes ago, I put up a short clip called Snap Out of It Part 1. And I said I was going to do a Snap Out of It Part 2. And this is Snap Out of It Part 2. But in between the time that I recorded and posted that clip, I found out some really excellent news. So now I know I'm going to have to do a Snap Out of It Part 3 today, or maybe even Part 4. I said in Part 1 that I was going to talk more about something I've spoken about in depth on my YouTube channel under my series. I have a series called The Controllers. I also have another series on my channel called The Real Real, where I've gone into depth about something I want to share again. I've shared it so many times about Gavin Newsom and also President Trump. So I'm not going to go in depth on these short clips, but I'm just going to hit some salient points, and maybe you'll be inspired to go look into that more for yourself, or go to my YouTube channel and hear what I have to say and share about that. But what I'm going to make this Snap Out of It Part 2 about is, just like in the Part 1, I found this guy that I really am enjoying. I never knew he existed before a few hours ago. It was on my TikTok. It just popped up on my feed. It's at Joseph Maxwell 857. And I really like what he has to say. So I shared something in the Part 1 of this, and I'm going to share something else in this. And then we're going to go on from there to, like I said, Snap Out of It Part 3. I'm going to do it right away, and possibly Part 4. All right. So this is what Joseph was saying, and I'm going to read what he said. Let me say this loud and clear. If you're lighting fires, throwing Molotovs, and attacking police, you're not a protester. You're a terrorist in a hoodie, pretending to be woke. And let's stop sugarcoating this madness. If you're out there chucking bricks at moving cars, setting buildings on fire, launching fireworks at police officers, guess what? You're not some brave activist fighting for justice. You're a straight-up criminal. That's exactly why Trump had to step in and send the National Guard. Because cowardly Democrat leaders like Gavin Newsom sit on their hands while their cities burn up. He called it, quote, progress, end quote. Man, I call it pathetic. Newsom was more worried about looking good on camera than keeping families safe. He let chaos run wild. Streets turned into war zones. Small businesses got destroyed, and police officers were hunted like animals. But hey, at least he had good lighting for his press conference, right? Trump didn't wait around. He acted because someone had to. And that contrast, it says everything. One man showed leadership, the other, he showed weakness wrapped in a designer suit. This isn't Democrat versus Republican anymore. It's about common sense versus lunacy. It's about protecting lives and restoring order. And if you think it's peaceful to ambush law enforcement with explosives, then I don't know what planet you're living on, but it sure ain't America. And as for the rioters, they deserve every consequence they get. Flashbangs, handcuffs, charges, and all of it. And I am agreeing with that times a million. But like I said, I just saw something. It's pretty exciting. Something that if you're a real American patriot or you call yourself a truther, it doesn't matter what you call yourself. You don't have to call yourself anything. But people like myself who've really been standing up for our constitutional republic, or I should say the restoration of our constitutional republic, which did happen in July of 2020. But you have to be a deep researcher to know that. You can't be just watching your flat screen and the mainstream media news and picking up rags like the New York Times or the Washington Post or the San Francisco Chronicle, or reading the Rothschild magazine, The Economist, or reading different periodicals that are owned by the same few companies, corporations that are representative of the few controlling, ruling, satanic elites that have been in charge for a very long time. And it's just ridiculous. It's like if you knew someone was a serial killer, something like that, and they put out some propaganda or some periodicals or had like a little show or a streaming show where they were always telling you they're going to tell you the truth about what a good person is and the values of life and guide you along that and all that kind of stuff. Like, why would you be watching that coming from someone that you knew was a serial killer? Hello? Do you see the problem with that? So when you listen to people who are and this is a topic for another time, I'm not going to go into it here, but these beings are not exactly human. Some of them are, but more likely you can say there are hybrids, and they are not for humanity, and they've dimmed their soul spark down so low. You could say they're soulless. They are not really soulless, but they do also create creations that are soulless, and they care about power. Yes, they care about money, but they've been printing all the money and doing all the Babylonian money magic for so long. It's not really about money so much as it is that making sure that humanity doesn't have it, so that we've been put in misery, so that we're in scarcity and survival, so that our days are just, we're too exhausted and tired. We're just kept well enough so that we can show up to work and do something to pay taxes and give them all their monies. But we're not well enough to do something more than collapse at the end of the day and watch some stupid TV program or eat some junky poisoned junk food and alcohol or vape or smoke weed or do whatever. To try to forget the misery of our lives, or we're just pretending to ourselves that it's all normal, and it's far, far beneath normal. That's not a true life of a true human being. We're divine sparks of Mother, Father, God. We're divine children of Mother, Father, God. And anyway, so there's so much good news coming out amidst all this rocking and rolling. Like I said, this is going to be a hot summer, and that's before I even got the really great news, which is short good news, but it's amazing. You're going to see. Well, let me just hang on for part 3 because I have to close this out. So I'm going to go now to Snap Out of It part 3 and put that up. I close with a closing prayer in Sanskrit and Telugu, and what I'm saying is God bless all beings in all worlds. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I have to hurry. Oh, God bless you and yours. I'm sending much love and big hugs to you and yours. I'll see you when I see you. And bye-bye for now.